Blessings and blessings and blessings. So I'm going to be headed into a collective reading right now for those that tune in. I'm going to direct and call in the energy. All right, so nothing derailing, maleficent, evil, confusing, disturbing, distracted, distorted has any consent whatsoever to influence this reading today. For the collective tuning in, thank you so much. Gonna call in and anchor in highest level guides, clearest, most concise, precise, accurate, loving messages, calling in the higher selves of those that will be watching this. Thank you so much for their angels and ancestry that'll most benefit and support them. Thank you for calling in God, Christ consciousness, creator, loving source energy, allowing me to be that conduit of your love, of your grace, of your integrity, and of your truth. Thank you so very much for allowing me to be that conduit for them of clarity. Thank you so much. Blessings. So just tuning in and fine-tuning the energy. What's going on? Hello, hello. So I am going to be first starting out with just a collective love message for those that are tuning in. So if you're somebody that does want a personal reading, you are welcome. In the description box, it has the ways in which you can book that and see that so I can address you in this live. Otherwise, I am going to begin with love, and just for those that are tuning in, all right, beautiful ones? So tuning me in, sweet dear God. What's most important? I want to start actually with singles. I'm going to start with singles. And I want to say that the people who are, I'm also feeling in this, that are single, are coming through as, it could also be people who have a connection started, but it's not actually unified. So you'll be in that category as well. So what do we need to know? For my singles, what's most important, beneficial, interesting, a whole bunch just popped out. Be at peace, dove spirit. So you're in a time of like purity, like elevating things that just do not create sustainability, is how I want to say it, in your path. You're in a time where you're coming out of perhaps even survival mode or just overwhelm, like saying yes to too many things. Blessings. So it's one of those times, this could have been the last 2 years or so, where you've had to purify and elevate and remember who you are. Good evening. So it's one of those where you're really starting to, this is a collective love reading for those that are tuning in at this moment. I appreciate the love, all the respect, especially in the midst of a love reading. So this is for the singles, right? It's for the people. I see a bunch of people just joining in right now. So for singles or people who are not quite unified. So you're elevating in a time where you're having to be like, no, I can't take this with me. This is not happening. This is not going to be, this is not going to allow me to move to the spaces and places that I actually know I am ready for, that I'm going. Blessings, blessings, yeah. So you're in a space of having to like watch and wait. Like I'm having to maybe let go of, reorganize, recompartmentalize, reevaluate, and let go of a lot of things, choose new chapters, choose new spaces, choose new parts of yourself that you're uncovering or defining or ascending. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm just realizing you asked. So, oh wait, maybe I'm reading that wrong. That's okay. So in this, what it feels like to me, it says love is all around. You're having to be in this like pause right now to finally learn how to inner source and outer source, like true love. I want to say it is like the remembrance of love, like meaning the inner part of you, your divinity, your spirit, your inner child, came here oriented, secure in love, right? Absolutely calling out for love, knowing that it was given, knowing that it was a part of your experience, knowing that it was part of being human. And now you're needing to restructure to that same type of faith and belief. No longer being in a place where you're operating from the unstable, the insecure, the looking for love in all the wrong places. And you're learning how active your mind has been, how creative, how potential it is, how it's coming through as use your mind wisely with the little pig. And I think of like pigs, like this proliferating energy, this meaty potential. Like it can really feed quite a lot. And so our minds, when they are oriented from a place that's unawake, we are, oh Lordy, could you please not? Thank you. So, people, men, respect, okay? So, you are learning how to, right, like come from a place of using your mind in a way that actually doesn't just add to all these experiences that you've had in love that make you feel far from it, pushing yourself away from others, right? And so with this, I just want to say any work that you've been doing on yourself, it's saying sweet results await. Believe in yourself. And it's coming through as the acorn. It's coming through as the acorn. And in that, right? So I think of the acorn and the oak tree as at no stage of the oak tree and the acorn's experience, maturation, is there any time that the acorn is wrong, that it's doing the wrong thing, right? And you're needing to just relax in this stream this single time as you continue to elevate and activate what you know is possible so that you can, it's like the work that you are doing is working. But you can't taste the honey too soon. You can't jump into the manifestation. It's like you can't, I think there's an Abraham Hicks thing about like the corn that like putting the corn in the ground and then stomping on the ground like 2 days later and being like, where's my corn? It's like, you know that the gestation period of corn is 75 days, okay? Just tend to the corn. Thank you for the compliment. All right, so what do these beautiful single people need to know about their love life? A lot of cards are popping out. So it's interesting. Oh, you got the Two of Cups. I'm not doing reversals tonight. So when the first set of cards popped out, they all popped out together in the same equal amount, which is 5. And then I just had another 5 cards pop right out. So there's this, like the ultimate change, the changing that you're doing. Okay, you ever heard that saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes? There's this energy of like, well, you know you've been doing some changes. Some of you have not, as I see in your comments over here. But if nothing changes, nothing changes, okay? So it's important to understand that when you elevate, when you create even small little changes, when you create small little changes, the universe can amplify that. God can amplify that, right? So 0 times 0 equals 0. And 1 times 1, you start to get more, right? You add a little effort, you add a little change, you add a little bit more. 2 times 2, it starts to become more, right? So we can only amplify what we are putting effort and energy into. And with these double 5 cards flowing out all at once, like, you know, you're making changes. You know that you're also, I feel like you're changing in what you desire in love. Like you could have had a very, it's giving me like, I used to have a different way of, this could be a different flavor. Like I used to have a certain flavor of person. I used to have a certain interest. I used to, okay, Jimmy. So it's one of those, and yes, I can do a personal reading. That's what I'm doing. So you're welcome to look at the description and do what you got to do in order to get the version of a reading here. So you can find out the ways to do so. So this energy to me is starting to realize, like, I want something different because I'm now different. I'm no longer in a space where I am like even in resonance with what I used to be interested in, right? So because of all this effort that you've been putting in, it's allowed for a new transitional healing time space, and they really want you. It's funny because you got the watch and wait here. You got the watch and wait here with the Four of Swords. And give me just a second. I'm not quite sure how to do this. Okay. So with the Four of Swords and the Seahorse Spirit, the watch and wait combination here, it's showing me that like this time of pause is very intentional. Like your spirit, your higher self, I even want to say, like, it feels more like it's you and you than it has to do with just God saying, you need to pause, you need to do this. It's more like, you know, you needed healing. You know, you needed this time to ascend and create a different version of yourself. And it was all by that divine design to be able to come back into love, come back into hope, come back into a sense of inner clarity. And then I love this. It says love is all around, and then you literally got the Two of Cups, right? So love is all around. Number 41. Some of you could be, I'm seeing numbers here, because I'm just going to call them out. 21, 53, 57, 41, 47, and 7. Some of you could be, and I'm also seeing 24. Yeah. So I'm just going to throw those ages out. 35 also. Okay, so the Two of Cups with this love is all around energy to me is like you had to start to see that there was love in the common person. You had to start seeing that you could receive love from the community that you're in, maybe the coworkers you experience, maybe this is your own children or your own family, and also become like union is an energy, my love. Like union is an energy. It's not about being in union with a person, right? You think about how many married couples are out there that are not actually in union, that are not in actual true connection. So it's not about being in actual physicality with the person and being present with the person. It's a different type of energy, and you have to be able to meet yourself to meet another person. So I want you to really truly trust that all of this work that you've been doing, all this healing you've been doing, is because you're getting brought into like a true love partnership, and not from just the place of like, save me, new love. It's from this place of, wow, like I understand why I needed to heal. Like, I didn't even know a new calibration of love like this existed. So it's interesting. In this, so use your mind wisely, and then we've got the Queen of Wands, which is this very creative energy, and the colors are matching. And the 47 is another like 11, which is a healing number. And like you've really had to just step up into your boldness, but using your mind in a way that's like, I'm no longer letting fear stop me. I'm no longer letting myself like not put myself out there, right? So I'm just gonna, so keep on like following the part of you that feels like courage. You're like, I don't know. Do it. Put yourself out there. Maybe it's even going on a dating app in a way that's very deliberate. If that's somebody who, if you're like, I've been wanting to do that, I would say it's important for you to do it from a place of super intentionality. Like if you're dating for marriage, you say that you're dating for marriage. If you're wanting a very specific thing, it's not about making a list. It's just more about embodying what you want. And it doesn't need to be a dating app, but it feels like putting yourself out there. And I keep getting this like community energy, like getting yourself involved in things that maybe you've been like hiding in the house, right? Hermiting. So sweet results await. I like, there is some stuff moving for you that you could, again, be in connection with a person that you feel, some of you, like I said, there's some of you that haven't actually like mixed with this person yet and actually come together in union. And that is coming in really fast. Like, if you're not actually in the physical same space, that person will be traveling to you, is how I feel it, or you'll be having the urge to travel, and it'll be worth the investment. You will be very glad you did, or they will be very glad they did. And I see it starting off as like almost like childish, like giddy, like, I'm kind of nervous, and like being able to call that out. I see you guys meeting a new person, for my complete singles, in a way that you were pursuing like your career path or a learning opportunity or a community event. And again, it's like the inner child in you kind of comes out. You guys will have really interesting conversation that makes you feel like you're growing, or that you're looking at the world in a new way. So overall, I'm just going to pull one last card for the singles section, and then I'm going to go get my tea that I hear boiling. And then I'll be right back. So, what do we need to know? What do we need to know for these singles? Just finalizing. Yeah, honey. So with the discovery card, right? So we got that little gem, that little golden jewel, and that great gratitude, which is very similar to this nightingale, right? The love is all around with the 2 of cups. Like, I want you to speak into existence like the world is a good place, right? That love is all around. And it's so important for you to like harbor, harness, cultivate the love you want to see in the world, the love you want to receive, right? If you are putting out icky, weird energy, you're gonna get some offness back or you're gonna get cut off, right? And if you're putting out like hate and frustration and irritation and projection, and women are always like this and men are always like this, like, you're gonna get that energy back, or you're gonna get cut off from what you want. But if you're walking from a place of like, look at the good in that person, look at the beauty in that person, look at the potential in that, look at, right, and we're opening ourselves up, knowing that we can trust again. Like, I see a very, I just want to say, incredibly beautiful connection where you weren't expecting it, where you're kind of like, oh, wow, I wouldn't have seen that coming in that way. All right. So it's such a beautiful thing to be in a place of single energy and intentionally working with your energy, because you have so much free will in what you're calling in and how you're calling it in. So this is like, get really in love with your life. Like, it just keeps feeling like, go venture out, keep healing anything that you're doing. All the investment that you're doing for yourself, my love, is like that investment, just like I said, how the universe can amplify. Like, when you invest in yourself, what comes back to you? Multiplied, right? Like, what comes back to you, be like, whoa, I didn't even know people like that existed. Well, it's because you exist, right? You have activated versions of yourself that now you get to play out in real time. I'm gonna get my tea and I'll be right back. Okay, she's back. Back with some holy basil tea. Okay, so sweet ones, we're going to move into people who actually have a love connection already. And if you want to utilize this reading for like your ultimate soulmate, I'm going to say that that can also have access to it. So if you just are interested, but this is intended for those that are already in a relationship, specifically committed. So, sweet dear God, sweet, beautiful, high spirit, creator, allowing me to be that conduit of your love. Thank you so much for allowing me the clarity, the insight to support those tuning in that this will be most of benefit for. Thank you for your clarity and your support. All right, so those tuning in that are in a relationship, what do they need to know that would be most of benefit? Ooh. Okay. Okay, so adjustments are required. A time for healing. Okay, communication is key. So for those of you in relationship, it's time to release negativity. Okay, so I'm gonna say there's a lot of forgiveness energy here, but it looks more like forgiveness of self first, and get really clear on what's unclear. So full moon in Scorpio, the Scorpio season could be super triggering right now. You could be feeling kind of split, almost like Gemini, like, I'm fine, it's going to be great. No, I don't want to go. I just want to go. I want to get out of here. I don't want anything to do with this. Like, it just is giving me this back and forth energy. So it's interesting. Let's see. Concise exit messages for those tuning in. Okay. Those tuning in that are in a relationship. I think that those tuning in that are like really in a committed relationship here, there has been some recent conflicts and conflicts over the last few years that have made it hard to communicate or feel like you're being heard or feel like you're being understood. And it's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. So, I'm not going to respond to this is not what I'm here for, but all the respect. So, it feels like, and I appreciate you, sticking up for me. Okay. But God sticks up for me too. So we good, we flow in. I think you know that this is your person. The people that are tuning into me and tuning into this reading, you know that you can have a really healthy, beautiful home with this person. You can have, I want to say, you can have it all. You might even have a business with this person, or you guys help each other with your careers, or you really work well in certain financial ways together. So this is confirming that there's some versions of your communication that need to be addressed. And the book, Living Nonviolent Communication, is coming through. If you guys don't know that book, Marshall Rosenberg, that is a fantastic book. And it's actually interesting because there's a book right in front of me that I'm just going to show you, Getting the Love You Want. And that's a guide for couples by Harville Hendricks. Double H's, that might be of significance because it was really standing out to me. So there's some sort of communication that needs to be addressed. And this could even be the version of you that has attachment issues, that is split, that is feeling, that is something that like makes you confused. Like you want to say this, but you react this way, or you want to feel this way, but this is how it's acting. It's like split energy, where it's like dual energy and duplicity energy, and it makes it really hard to receive the love you want. It makes it really hard for you guys to come together. It makes it really hard to make sense of things, okay? So you're being asked to stop gaslighting yourself, stop pushing your feelings away, stop nullifying that, stop also pushing away their feelings or how they're feeling. It's more about not being right, but being kind and being honest and clear. I just done like a video, I don't know, not that long ago, a few weeks ago, about like, stop trying to get it right, but get it real. Like, so this feels to me like some of you really could use somebody that helps you guys understand how to communicate better. And some of you absolutely can do this together, but it looks like you got to come out of the I got to be right and the mental conflict that makes you even say to yourself, like, I want to choose somebody else. I don't even want to be here. Or you're fantasizing about other things, or avoiding or disassociating from what needs to be addressed. I want to say that you can look up, like, Google living nonviolent communication and look up a worksheet. And there's a worksheet of, like, how did this thing make me feel? Right? How did this make me feel? What do I need to do about it? I don't remember exactly what the prompts are, but it's like a really easy way to just be like, boop, 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 right? Like, this is how I am going to get really clear with myself and then you about this thing that just happened. So I'm not, again, like, there's this really, like, confused mind energy. Like, I want to be this version with this person, and then I'm acting like this. Or I wish that we could talk about this, but they're not hearing me, and so I get triggered, and then I get, you know, activated, aggravated, frustrated. I am getting that, like, some of you have communicated in a way or even yelled in a way that you regret. So, all right. So, hold on a second. I'm just going to start removing all the people who are really inappropriate. So, you know, but thank you, Kuya. I don't know if that's how you say that, for being a graceful spirit. So, all right. I think Cole, blessings, Cole. So for this situation, I just want to say that you need to start seeing things really clearly and waking yourself up for new ways of doing things. And sometimes that is giving each other more space, giving more space in conflict, not trying to figure it all out in the moment, actually taking the time to feel your feelings apart and making sense of it, communicating it so that you can actually release and forgive and make sense, and then come with a clarity that says, like, I want this and need this in order to resolve this, but it's not coming out of reaction, right? It's not coming out of, you hurt me and I need to just make you know how much that hurts, so I'm going to hurt you back, right? It's like, or I'm going to ask for you to do this thing for me from a place of neediness and frustration and victimhood, right? So very interesting. Clear, concise, accurate messages. One last card for the people that are in relationship. I want you to know that you can fix this, though. It says, trust the magic, number 66. We had the repeating letters with that book that's just standing out to me, and the 66 is repeating to me the double sixes, which is harmony, family, healing, okay? So learn from the past here. We have to learn that if nothing changes, nothing changes. So it's important to not be in a place where you're just recirculating on the same problems with each other over and over and over again, not activating new timelines with each other, because you guys at the bottom of this, yeah, it's the 10 of Pentacles. It's so important to take relationships, whether we're married or whether we're really invested, as opportunities to see ourselves in order to unlock our own suffering and our own patterns, to be able to see clearly, right? So we can see other clearly, and no one's supposed to, like, fully understand you, right? No one's supposed to fully be the same version of you. It's complementary. You know what I'm getting? It's funny. I'm getting another book. The Queen's Code. Allison Armstrong, I think, with one. Oh, that's another double A. That's so fascinating. Some of you have, like, alliteration names, or you both have the same letter of your name. So Allison Armstrong with one L. Okay, so yeah, that's like it's a beautiful book, and I think she has the King's Code too, and it's a beautiful book about being able to understand the opposite sex, but from a place of, like, God's design, and being able to, like, truly actually awaken to them and not try to impose what you think the opposite gender should be, or thinking that they're a dysfunctional version of the other gender. It's like really being able to understand the divine design of each other. So I don't understand. You guys don't need to be confused. Life is good. keep rising. Keep finding things in life to feel good about. Okay, so I think overall they're like, this connection can be fixed. People in relationship, keep going. All right. So, all right. So let's move into career for those tuning in. So we're going to tune in with a career message. For those that will be watching this later, because I will be posting it. For those that are watching now or will be watching, what do you need to know about their career? And I want to put finance together. Clear, concise, accurate messages going forward. It came out like in reverse, which I don't really read this in reverse so much. So, but they want me to make a note of that, because what it's feeling like to me is there are things you know that will help you move some things along and are asking you to illuminate, or asking you to get real with, or asking you to like pay mental awareness to and actually take action on, but that you're resisting. And what do we need to know about career? Yeah. I just said action, and then the action card came out. It's really coming through as certain inspired actions. So I feel like they're wanting me to say like that the more that you take small actions that help you feel clear in what you're currently working on. So this could be organizing your desk. This could be taking care of certain bills or tasks or things that are right there immediately in front of you that feel a little bit like a roadblock. The other things are going to start becoming like, I have space for them. I have capacity for them. I can expand with them. I don't need to feel like they are looming around me and I just don't have access to them, is how I want to say. Like or it's just this overwhelming procrastination game. It's like tend to the small things, maybe even, because it's giving me very actionable steps, like really creating a very clear list of what's important, and click off, like make sure that you're just ticking off a little bit of that. Some of this really makes me feel like it's not just career. Yeah, some of you, it's coming through as gateway. Some of you are really activating a new timeline, like in career. And so they're speaking more to that than just maybe the career you're in. So it feels to me that you're having to step up. Like some of you are doing I'm doing something for money, and then I'm trying to activate my highest timeline in my career that I feel really impassioned by. And they're like, start with what you have, clear the way, organize the things, do the things that create the inspiration forward, get the alignment going, take care of your health. It's all coming through a solar plexus energy. Like the small things that you do every day are adding up. And you kind of got to just embrace this in between time where you know that you're maybe not exactly where you want to be, or that there's expanders that are being asked of you and that you can't expand all at once. You kind of have to clear the way, get really aware of what's not working or what is needing your attention to make that inspired action forward. So what else do they need to know about career? I feel like it's almost like you're being set up a little bit for things to go easier and smoother than you expect in career. And finance feels like this is flowing from that. But let me just get a little bit more clear in this. Yeah, this is a time of you like having to transform your career somewhat. So some of you are obviously staying exactly where you're supposed to be, and some of you are it's like, yeah, some of you are changing how you're doing it, and you have to become clear on what you have the capacity and the vibe and the drive to do that makes you feel. It's funny because there's this adventurous energy of like travel. Some of you will either be activated where you can put yourself out there, more of like getting out of your town, doing things in a broader way, and this also could just be like getting out online. But again, you have to start with the small, like, the truths that set you free, that organize, that clear the way, that allow you to make the actionable steps and simplify your life. I want to say this is about simplifying things. So some of you really have to tend to, like, if I have, let's say you're an entrepreneur and you have all these offerings and you're like, I need to strip some of this stuff down to make it so I have 3 or 2 really clear, really simplistically, you know, actionable offerings that people can just click a button and book, right? It's giving me to simplify the way you think you do things. What do they need to know about career? Yeah, some of you have been very like bored or just feeling complacent or like meh with where you're at. Like, I just don't have the emotional oomph like I did or would like to. And you have to trust in the, again, I was saying this with like the universe will only amplify what is. So if you're in this place of like, it is time for me to start stepping out or doing it a different way or clearing out the muck, the universe is like, sweet honey, now I can amplify that. But I can't amplify the, oh, I don't feel good, I don't want to, save me from my own mess, right? Or make it so it's not working. Save me from what's not working is what I wanted to say. So they're kind of like, well, we can only give you a little bit more of what's not working when you're feeling like that. But when you're like, okay, well, I'm going to work on what I can make work. I'm going to help make things make sense. The universe is like, sweet, we can amplify that. We can give you more clarity. But a lot of you are really wanting to do this your own way, do this in a like a really profound way, whatever. And I'm speaking to a broad type of career, I can tell, so I can't really get specific. And some of you, it's very much about finally going it your own way or doing it in a way that makes you feel like, I'm actually really proud of this. This feels really aligned with me. But some of you, it's like a true entrepreneur, like deep dive, like diving in, new business, doing it my way. Yeah, so it's okay that things don't always feel the way that you want them to feel, is how I want to say with this career energy. Like, sometimes we have to allow things to just be where they are and find the ways to organize and simplify and call our energy back and make sense of it in order to then receive what's next. And we have to kind of let that cycle die off, but we don't want to fight it, battle it, resist it, because it creates more of it, right? So anything else they need to know? I really do feel a huge shift in the way in which you're receiving money. I don't think you're going to be doing work from a place of, I'm only doing it for money. Like, I'm doing this from a place of like, this aligns with my solar plexus. It's really coming through as solar plexus energy. So, and like, you're no longer just taking any job or saying yes to anything or just, again, there's something about simplifying what you're offering so that you get more accurate in what you're receiving. What do we need to know about career and finance? Yeah, some of you are really being encouraged to work with different people or work like to keep mastering versions of this. It's a little bit of both, but mastering versions of what you are doing. Like, you keep edging out and creating more mastery in the ways that you're doing it. Like, don't just get complacent with yourself. Don't just say, oh, it's good enough. Like, keep trying to be the best, right? Librian energy is wonderful energy. So keep it going. I feel like what you're doing is right on point. You just got to stop being like complacent with the things that you know you have to do, or the nudges that you're feeling, or the parts that you're being called into. Like, keep meeting that edge. Keep saying, okay, universe, I did that thing. I know you can amplify more. I know you can create more. I know you can offer more, right? And I'm happy to hear that. That's beautiful. So in this it come through as a Three of Pentacles energy. Some of you are going to need to like really work with people that are experts in their field. I want you guys to say, there's a declaration affirmation I've been working on a lot for embodiment, and it's, I am always with the right people in their genius, doing the right things that support me and them. I didn't say that exactly how I usually say it, so I'm like feeling for it. It's something like, you know, because I speak a lot in like scripture. I speak a lot in like scripting energy, like speaking in the embodiment. So I'll say it to myself often, like, oh, I love being around people in their genius and they always love to support me. So being in that energy of like, I'm calling in people in their expertise and they absolutely love to support me. And that's so interesting. I said that. And then, yeah, right. It's such a good one. Working with experts, call it in. So we got the Six of Pentacles as soon as I said that, which is about being able to receive. And I want to say financially, even say things like, the universe loves to make me happy. The universe loves to support my mission. Because, right, money's just energy. So as you are energetically embodied in what you're doing and what you're giving to the world, it just keeps coming back to you in this, like, you're valuable, right? So when your energy exchange with others and the people that you're working with and the way that you're showing up is this, like, I'm trying to be the best I can be. I'm going to fix the things that aren't working. I'm going to keep reevaluating. I'm going to keep, you know, kind of making space and also answering the call right where I'm at. I'm going to keep doing this better. I'm going to keep transforming as I need to go. I'm going to say no to things that aren't aligned. And in that, your value just keeps raising, right? It just keeps raising up. And thank you, Joy. I appreciate that. So, all right. So in that, there's this energy of just, I think the mix up, just so you know, Cole, I think I deleted a message that you were responding to at the same time Joey popped on. And I think it was another Joey. So I think just to let you guys know, I think where this confusion is coming from, there were some inappropriate things coming up and I was like, blocking them from the channel. Okay, so I feel like I'm going to pull one last final card here. Oh, it wasn't this card, but you know what? I pulled this deck for a reason, I'm sure. Anything else, career and finance, for those tuning in? Yeah, movement. It's just like, keep watering it, keep moving, keep activating, keep showing up, you know, like, it's one of those, allowing yourself to, like I was just saying with the corn analogy, I don't remember if it was this part of the reading, if it was the love part, but it's like, if you put corn in the ground, right, you're not just going to get it the next day and be like, come on, where are you? You have to water it, you have to cultivate it, you have to tend to it. And so that's just all of life. Like, you're going to keep in this career expanding and growing, and if it's a business that you're launching, you have to just keep watering it and tending to the roots and shining the sunshine of light that says, I can do this, I want this, it's for me, right? This is important, this is what the world is asking for in some way, and it's going to allow it to bloom and blossom. So, and there's definitely a lot about, like, you must be doing some stuff specifically for people, whether that is, you know, something that helps people. It's a vision, though. It's really coming through as, hold the vision. Like, you know, this is like North Node, true North type of energy. Like, keep moving with that vision, even if sometimes it brings you out and through things that you weren't really quite, like, wanting. Where you're like, I don't know about this, but you can feel like I've got to do this, or I've got to have this conversation with this person, or I've got to close this part of it, or I got to transform this, because it's coming through over the transformation and the death and rebirth card. So it's like really being honest with self, and also just really being honest with that intuitive pull and what's working and what's not working, and keep going. Thank you so much. Yes, I do. So if you look in the description, you'll see the Venmo. It's my name. It's at Shanna fiorucci, but you'll see it in the description. So with the spirituality card, again, I think I'm tuning in, the people that are tuning in that this is serving is for people who are on more of a spiritual mission. And whether you're in that career already, or you're being asked to activate that timeline by actually investing in it and getting, you know, the logo or the things going, or organizing the desk so you can start making inspired action. Like, this is happening for a reason. You're getting inspired into this for a reason, because it's part of your mission, right? It's not just something that you're just doing for money, I guess. I really feel like that. And I want to say that it's prolific. So whether that's what you want to say is wealthy, it's prolific, okay? So I appreciate you guys sticking around, and those that are respectful and kind. So, all right. So last thing I want to do, every breath is a portal. It's very true. You know the word wonia? It's a Lakota word. It means spirit, life, and breath, or like the spirit's in the body because of the breath. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, because it's like, when you think about your breath, it's one of the only parts of your body that you get to hijack or participate in, right? And you get to relax and be breathed by your spirit, or you get to get in and interact and breathe with your spirit, right? You get to breathe your body. And it's such a beautiful thing, 'cause it's just such a sacred experience, right? I'm actually a breathwork instructor aside from all these things that I do. So I'm fascinated by the breath. I'm going to read any of these if they're for me. Always staying true to self. It is so important. Oh, thank you for that. All right, so, oh, interesting. Beautiful. Half the Navajo Indian. Very beautiful. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. So, sweet dear God, what's the final messages that would be most profound, most helpful, most beneficial for those tuning in? Most uplifting. Humanity is really needing a lot of upliftment right now. And why people are so fascinated by love readings, and I am too. I love love. I love love. It's funny because my late husband's name was Love, born name, and that my daughter's last name is now Love because of it. And I just like adore love, and always have, always will. And I see, though, like this deep longing and calling in the collective for love and union and healing in love. And I think it's just because in general, humanity needs hope, right? Humanity needs connection. So cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. So we're going to finalize some of these messages. We've got portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. So those are the two cards showing up in Oracle, and I'm just going to pull some tarot with it. I'm going to pull a different tarot though. So thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. It's very lovely. Okay, so cosmic ancestor. I'm feeling this is like, stay rooted to elevate, stay grounded, really work on your roots right now. I have been called so much. For those of you who like are interested in my energy and find me inspirational or find me, you know, motivating, I do a lot of that on my personal Instagram. You're welcome to check that out. I'm a big motivator on there. I share a lot of divine mindset. I share a lot of movement. I share a lot of health, all of that. So it's just my name, Shanna Fiorucci. You can find that in the description. Not of this video, I don't think, but you can find that in all the other ones. So maybe I'll put it in this one too now that I'm saying it. But like what I preach and what I've been hearing for the last few years is it's so, oh, I love that you don't have Instagram. Good for you. Stay grounded. But if you do. So it's so important to work on our root, feeling good in our home, right? Like, what is this that we're in? What's this divine vessel? This is church. The body is church. And if we're not taking care of, I am on TikTok, but it's more just readings. Okay. So if we're not taking care of the divine vessel, right? How do we house the light? How do we house the mission? How do we drive it forward? We are the portal. We are the portal for God. So if we have a unclear channel, we're going to have all types of other frequencies, right, be able to ground in or move in through us. So it's really important for us to get sleep, eat well, exercise, have good community, right? So important right now. Specifically, there's so much happening in this world. There's so much intensity, and I'm sure a lot of you are noticing the split. You've got people being activated in their highest timeline, and you've got people who are being really influenced and distorted, and it's just getting, the split is getting really big. And so in order to not do the swing, get like, I don't know if any of you have experienced the swing lately. It's coming through. Interesting. It's the 10 of Pentacles right now. The big swing of like, I can have everything I want. I can create the life. We can do this new earth. It can all be good. And then it's like, the whole world is failing and I hate my life. So we do not want to be subjected to the swing. We must stay grounded. We must stay healthy. We must stay connected to our roots, to our people, to our community. This is coming through as like the healthiest home that you can make is what's around you. I spent time when my husband did pass, I spent time in Costa Rica, and I lived there for almost a year, shy of some, but, and what I noticed is there was so much of a spiritual community, like, hey, we're going to look for our home. We're going to look for our place. We're going to find what's, we're going to find our home in a place that no ancestry is there. And like, I understand it. I understand the drive and the pull and the interest, but trying to like make a home where you were never asked to be is very interesting energy. And it's important to say like home is inside. So if you're searching for it outside of yourself, you'll always be like a taker, right? You'll always be some sort of colonizer. And it's so important to realize like the roots, the home, the health is like right where you are. You don't have to go looking for it outside of yourself or in far off lands, because you will take yourself everywhere you go, right? So if you're not feeling healthy and strong inside of yourself here, it's important to deal with that. And then if you want to go somewhere, take your whole and healed version, right? So some of you are really wanting to create like a healing center, a community, maybe community efforts that strengthen the community that you're in. Yeah, a lot of people do it though. Thank you kindly, guys, for your compliments. I can gracefully handle compliments if you keep it clean, okay? Otherwise, you get blocked. Like that, right? Da, 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 da. Okay. So, let's see. Clear, concise, accurate messages. Keeping it clean, y'all. I am a pure being. Let's keep it clean. Okay, you've got the star here. Soul mission activated. Some of you have a very strong mission to heal the world in some way, to do your part, to create hope and renewal in this world. It's so interesting because the star card came out with the star keeper. Look at these two beautiful cards. So much. So renewal comes from you renewing yourself. This is something I say a lot too. It's like, if you want to heal the world, heal yourself. That is healing the world, right? You are the microcosm of the macrocosm, right? So it's so important to ground and heal yourself. So often I see healers, because I deal with, I have a lot of one-on-one clients. I do YouTube because it's a beautiful way for me to offer my gifts to the world, but I do way more outside of YouTube than I do here, right? So I work a lot with thousands of people. I do retreats and circles, and I do a lot of groundwork, okay? A lot of one-on-ones, a lot of group healing, a lot of couple sessions, family sessions, things like that. It is so important for you to take ownership, for us to take ownership of ourselves before we try and help people. Because so oftentimes people do the martyrism thing where they look, or it's like that codependency, like they look to heal the world or help the world so that they can feel loved, valued, appreciated, cared for, purposeful. And it's like draining, right? Like, you ever had a martyr type energy like give to you, but then you can feel the resentment or you can feel the depletion. It's like, it's not helping, right? So you really want to, again, heal self before you try to heal the world. And no one has to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect, sweet one. You don't have to be perfect, but you do want to be integral. You want to be integrated enough and with integrity to show up so that you really show up with value. And sometimes that's just having true faith, true mental clarity, to be able to operate from a place of making the right decisions, is what I'm hearing, or being discerning enough and not causing more reactions, responses, projections. Yeah, this is interesting. So, all right, we've got the Queen of Wands here with the High Priestess. Some of you are extremely attractive. You need to know that. And I don't mean that just from like physicality. I mean, like, you pull people in, you're magnetic. You might have people that people are like, your energy is beautiful. Like, I love your energy, or I just feel so comfortable around you, or you just inspire me. So in that, it's important. It's important to keep like fine-tuning yourself in the way that you see yourself and take care of yourself so that you can just continue to exude that energy, that version of yourself in the world, because it is like, your energy is expensive. Your energy is valuable. Your energy saves and heals. So the more in alignment, the more happy, the more centered, the more healthy, the more lovely you are feeling, the more creative and the more empowered, the more that the world around you, the microcosm, meaning like your neighbors, your family, your coworkers, you activate them just by being that version of yourself. You make the world a better place. And something in here I want to understand. Ooh, hi. Oh my gosh, interesting. There's some version of, so it's coming through as the victim mindset mixed with the consciousness of lack. Some of you have been carrying a big wound of, I'm not enough. Like, I got to prove to the world that I'm enough to be valuable, to be accepted, or I'm even trying to do this soul mission, or have this purposeful part of myself to give enough to the world to earn my place, like to feel like I'm a success. And that part of you is dying off. That part of you is finally awakening that that's not what you operate from to save the world, or to be impactful, to be successful. Like, you don't have to prove yourself, and you don't have to earn your love or earn your place. Like, your energy is expensive. Your energy is healing. So just keep tending deeply to what you're attuning to, right? The conduit that you're attuning to. And like the heart it's coming from is how I want to say it. And that keep that hope alive in that heart, right? Hope for humanity. It's coming through as that Aquarian energy of like, don't lose hope in humanity as you watch the world die off right now, as you watch people's ego just like, rah, like people are going crazy a little bit. I don't know. I don't pay attention to much of that because it's not the world I'm in so much, but it's all around. People are experiencing a split, and it's important to not split your heart, to not lose hope in humanity or lose hope in the world or lose hope in certain things, and to anchor into what you want to see, the new earth or the healed version of people, or what you are showing up in the first place. Like knowing that if you have a certain gift or a certain way that you're showing up, you want to embody that yourself to then embody that in others, meaning to like hold the frequency for those to catch up, right? It's giving me like some science, like when atoms kind of shift into higher frequencies, they need to have like a proton, a light activator that they absorb. And I'm skimming over this, so for those that are like, what the heck are you talking about? But they absorb that light to then be able to elevate to a different frequency. It's giving me like that's what we need to do for each other right now in order to keep this beauty alive, the hope alive, the love alive, the creative flow towards what we want. Okay, I feel like I'm about to be complete. There's one last card that wants to come out. Yes, I love that. Well, what I always say about specific people when it comes to that, just use the love that you have towards others. If somebody activates a lot of love, period, one specific person, it's like use the love and adoration and beautiful feelings that that person gives you, the hope of humanity, the hope of potentiality, but detach from form. It's like, if not this, something better, and not from a place of we wish that away, but from a place of God knows what will be of most benefit and what's also going to be synergistic, like what's possible. Not everybody's ready for what we're ready for. Okay, road less traveled. You could be seeing a lot of 1010s because 1010 just came out. The last 1010 that we just had could have been a pretty big portal for you of some kind. You could have done something specific. Yeah. Face the music with another 10. That's fascinating. Okay, another 10. So, okay, be very intentional with your words, with what you're listening to, what you're being influenced with at this time, because you are really like stepping into some of your most divine timeline, most activated, purposeful time. And it's so important to not get attached to form, whether that's person or like the world must show that things are orienting towards the right place and space for me to feel okay, because sometimes things are really intense and we have to anchor into where we know it can go, what part of it we want to cultivate, right? And not lose hope, not let what is keep us singing the song of what is. We need to be able to sing into, we live in a sound activated universe. We need to be able to speak into existence what we want. So this is a road less traveled. It's a lonely road most of the time, right? It's a lonely road that you have to sometimes bushwhack, is how I'm getting it. Sometimes you have to bushwhack, right? You guys don't know this about me, but I was a farmer for a long time and a homesteader, and I did a lot of bushwhacking. And it's not that, I mean, it's kind of fun, and it's also like really hard work to clear land by hand. So it's giving me that metaphor of like, and you don't know where you're going. You're like, what am I going to come across, right? Oh, that's so fascinating, huh? Oh, interesting. I love that 1010. So just keep moving forth with knowing that you can have what you want, that the world can reflect that to you, that you can create your own microcosm, that things are important. Hold on a second. Okay. So it's important to speak into existence what you know you can have, what you know the world can be. I do a scripting prayer pretty much like at sunrise or every morning. I live in the northern hemisphere, so it's cold now. It's starting to get cold, but I still try to do it in the mornings. I specifically love to do it in sunrise. But I pray, and I pray from a place of scripture, from a place of scripting, of a place of embodiment. So I pray from like, thank you for my clients, or for the people tuning in, or for the people I'm interacting with, that they're always being led on the appropriate path to healing, to the appropriate path to their higher self, to the appropriate path that will create the life that they're existing, that they want to exist in. Thank you so much for and I just pray to what I want it to be, but I do it from a place of like, thank you that this is it, that this is happening, that people are being healed, that people are coming together, that things are starting to be organized, that there is paths forward, that there's love in this world. I pray from a place of embodiment. I pray from a place of receptivity, that we're already receiving it. So keep activating your timeline. Blessings, Tasha. So yes, my loves. So keep on marching into your highest timeline, beautiful ones. Anything that's making you feel like lack of time, lack of finances, lack of healthy connections, lack of emotional stability, victim, things are going against you. You need to be like a warrior right now to say, nope, no consent. Nope, not mine. Not carrying this along. Not something that is going to be of value on my way forward, because it is pinching you off from the portal. It is keeping you from being able to step in fully to that rewarded timeline. I can have what I want, and I'm actually walking in it and living in it. We need to, it's again coming through as these two cards, right? So the victim mentality and the consciousness of lack. Look at all that drained energy. It's all just draining out. Like, that is manipulation at its finest. You can literally, when you're having a moment of scarcity, a moment of lack of consciousness, you can just call back my power, use your solar plexus, use your breath, and say, I'm calling back my spirit right now. This is illusion. This is not truth. The only thing that is true is the fact that I am loved, I am guided, I am provided for, and that I'm a walking miracle. I am a living, breathing, walking miracle, right? So none of this is true. Me being worried or scared, that's all just illusion. That's all just influence. And I declare that that is not what I am taking forward in this timeline. And you got to take your power back, okay, in order to be able to move through this new higher timeline. But my sweet, beautiful ones, the ones tuning in, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I plan to go live every Tuesday that I can. So hopefully I will see some of you beautiful people here. And you can always get a private reading during this session. I will give options. I will give you guys a little like heads up about it, so that you can book your questions. It can be a question, it can be a little bit longer. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to continuously connecting. All the love, all the grace. Keep rising up in your highest timeline. You are loved, you are provided for, and the more that you know it, the more you can walk in it. So much grace and love, beautiful ones. Have a wonderful night.